Has anyone noticed the shift that's happening in humanity? The shift to our humanness? I mean, I'm not a clairvoyant. I'm not a mystic. Just a traveler like you on this journey that we're going through. And there's a huge shift that's going on. I mean, I can feel it almost in my bones. I mean, I don't know about you, but does anybody get this sense of what's occurring where we're in this shift towards our openness and our humanity and more loving and kindness? And while at the same time, dark forces are doing their damnedest to take and pit people against each other, and we all know of the Karens, and we all know of the I used to know this guy, and we actually named him Todd because he was like a Karen. And he hated it when I was like, okay, Todd, yeah, whatever you say, buddy. But think about it. Like, are you sensing it? Are you aware of it? Are you feeling it? Is it resonating with you where you're going, like, holy crap, like there's this ridiculously huge shift on the planet that's going on. And in my journey, I'm out to share my story and stories and hear from you about what your soul journey has been like. How do we become how do we become that part of our soul? What am I trying to say? How do we become that part of our soul that never forgets? Like you remember exactly who you are. And I know it's been tough. It's been tough for me because I mean like my first memory is when I was actually in my mother's arms. My dad had came back from the province of Saskatchewan to pick my mom and I up. I was really sick, or she was really sick with me. And then I was born and I had jaundice so bad. We ended up staying in Calgary at her parents' place, at my mom's parents, my grandparents' place. And it was about 2 months later, a month and a half later, and I remember opening my eyes and looking up at how beautiful my mother was. And I just slightly turned my head to look out the windshield of the car into a blinding driving snowstorm that my dad, and I kind of rolled my head back and I got a bit of a glimpse out of my peripheral vision of my dad, how young he was. That was my first memory. My next memory started when I was about 2 3/4 to 3. And then I remember everything from then on, like just as if it happened like this morning. And so, but, but if like me, I got lost in my journey along the way of, of who I really was and getting back to, has anyone noticed the shift that's going on? Are you, my question to you is, and put it in the comments, are you remembering, hi there, it's just a beautiful day here, people walking their dogs in the park, but do you remember, or are you beginning to awaken to remembering? I mean, I don't want to use that overused phrase, your soul journey, because I'm not getting that. But man, my sheets are going all over the place. But waking up to like who you are in on your journey, and how we all have something to contribute, and asking yourself like, what are you out to contribute? And that's for me part of what my journey is like. That's why I started my YouTube channel. And 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 to be honest with you, a lot of my videos I was really nervous and just trying to kind of talk about like retirement, but really what's in my heart is is assisting people in waking up in their journey, just like I'm assisting myself in waking up in my journey. Does that make sense? Um, I guess the next point is, what's your truth? What in your journey is your truth that you have taken and gleaned, discovered, commenced to understand about yourself that you can contribute to people around you and to your family, to your kids if you have kids, to your parents if they're still around, to your friends, and so on. One of the things that I do is when I meditate, it took me a long time to get this in meditation. In meditation, I was always trying to get somewhere. It's like, it's like my kids used to say to me, "Dad, if you were heading towards enlightenment, you wouldn't be on the planet, right? Smart asses." But when I was meditating for all those at the beginning, all those years, it dawned on me, like, where are you trying to get to? Just, just go inside into that calm space that you've always had, where that flame is, that is your inner burning. And when I started to do that, and I stopped trying to get somewhere in my meditation, it really worked for me to just let everything go. And I think that's part of it. And I hope this video is coming through with the sound, because the wind's picking up here. But I, I'm, I want to thank you for watching. And I want to ask you, do you feel like you're creating your own reality? Or is something else influencing it? Drop your thoughts below. I'd love to hear your perspective. If this video resonated, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more spiritual insights on manifestation, awakening, and living with purpose. Remember, your reality begins with you. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.